This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Hi Boadu TV, yama munyina kwaba. Na finally, Attorney General aye press conference no. Nipa eyo mansika allegedly. Sikeni kas ni efie ni erade. Amanfo diomanya bro. Emunsam ho. Minority Afenyo di enim say majority NDC for no promo pew. LGBTQ. Omo de beba mama pass ya mama hama sign. Omo ye fiom papers order now e was some hwe so de almost on besign NDC pom besign modi ye campaign to NPP after them buy ya my ye bokwa you will like it by force eno na Yaa Titi se hwe na mo na eni o memu e ka se kufa do de nisa bisi so wanye na hwananye so the mon owusu ondo say mahama one sign ona na kan one sign Ivan che so de na no atumbi
Attorney General ebe press conference and then I think say over the years na people are worried about the slow pace some of these criminal proceedings cost and sometimes in cases like this they are very tricky and it's one proceeding meticulously no one gather evidence bit me standing the test of prosecution in the court of law. Now we go there with assumptions, suppositions, like whatever. At the end of the day, you feel at the court to prove your case. So it is in that spirit, and you need to do a meticulous, detailed search to unearth all the critical facts. Now, with me, and I can present it to court. Add evidential value, will be very, very important. About me, approval, active conviction, our court. And the Andra who updates no by now. I have listened to a lot of people who. On various radio and apart me bana metie Attorney General surround them radio so asem no nya radio so na ye can no press conference and he's pronouncing people guilty in as a forum. You see, these are narrow minds who limit their mind just to the legal aspect of this whole criminal proceedings. The Attorney General is not just a legal agent. He's also an agent of governance and an agent of politics. So his role is multifaceted. A court Attorney General will limit himself to issues of legality, go to court and adjudicate the matter. But his role is a multi-functional role and all play. Apart from being Attorney General in charge of prosecution, he's also an agent of a government. He's also a politician. And he owns it a duty to the people of this country to tell them what is happening. You understand? So the mere fact that he's out there telling people the state of affairs, that is also another duty he owns to the people of this country. So he is not pronouncing anybody guilty, but the people of this country our right to know at every point in time, because my culture says governance and somewhere few people question then it happens, then the citizens will wait for the results. It should be an open enterprise. Everything that is involved at any stage, any point in time, the people must be in the know. So what our Attorney General sought to do yesterday, was in line with that ultimate responsibility only to the people of this country to let them know what is happening. He didn't pronounce anybody guilty, but he was rather informing the people of this country to know, to be in the know with the state of affairs. How our name koso now all country for say the docket, everything is ready. We are now proceeding to court. So where lies or pronounced will be guilty, those kind of way, politics, governance, and the legal aspect, they are three. So you need to cover all these aspects. So I think people should get it right. But you see, Akufo-Addo's presidency will forever remain a dark cloud on the political conscience of this country forever. And this buffer stock scandal the epic center of an economic crime against poor students and the people of this country. About issues of corruption anyway. People tag some of us as anti-government enthusiasts who go on TV preaching and whipping public sentiment against the government of the day because they perceive that maybe we didn't like the government. That wasn't the case. Because the president at the time had an ultimate responsibility to ensure exerting certain control measures, mechanism, prevented these people from stealing from the state. But it got to a point the floodgate well open. And everybody felt emboldened that they could do anything. And unfortunately for us, people who were put to some of these sensitive positions were not even sensible. And they were foolishly stealing as if there was no tomorrow. Because how can one person sit? Yes, they were foolishly stealing. Yeah, because I know I have studied the life of criminals. Yeah. They are very smart, very intelligent people. It will take like 10 years for you to know. And I'm just saying, even stealing, they didn't even know how to steal. Because how can you steal? And the money you are stealing goes through a financial system, a certain portal, digital, your friends are print, trace back, people can check. Obviously, we need answer. And again, the companies these people open as shell companies, they use their names, their wife's name, concubines, people who were related, and these transfers were being transferred into their personal account. It tells us that these people were intellectually, very dumb. And you ask yourself, how did they even get opportunity to be there? And again, the ultimate thing has to do with morality. We are dealing with the state, the enterprise, at the time a man for here, even the buffer stock now, supply go to the secondary schools. Go ahead, I went to Techiman, I'm a classmate which are there or Techiman. Fortunately, I feel an uncle, nobody. Now, Obi, we are not switching them. So, and crank it while we are and a papa no real musica, and a yere, and so crom for yere, the beer one, Jim. On the top, your friend is saying handbag, hold on, because Attorney General say for 16 expensive handbags and makeup boxes. Sasa obi a onim na wa hokromfo yira o wa were home da ono no onya adwuma oni kuru kwa abonten a adebechina your friend say flash screen best 7 bobo modem ba bi efiri ba onim obetimi ada sore na modem mu asesa because oni kuru hokromfo kwa anything bi o da ba ti da bia wa ni jem na obetimi awe akokọ ọche na o we aponchen o we chese ono de hokromfo yira wira ho so that because obi a we nyansade you ask where na sa sika we free ba adwuma ben na we because the president sitting at the Jubilee House no crowd enya access to this particular money. You understand, but that brings to the fold the aspect of greed on our part. And nipa onim nyansa na wode na kosi sika nim na oye greedy na o wear to the extent that there is no tomorrow. How can one person sit at a buffer stock and steal this huge sums of money? And in the name of opening a contract, a dinner order to two companies, no crowd, how is that for the Benyasem? Just a dinner also started good company, no, and Nina a circular, coming back to him as a person. So you see, the other year, and Obian who time will be. President Akufo-Addo, I papa and come budget. Now Ubenya saw papa president. But it's not about being president. President Akufo associated with him. Exactly. It is about being president with the responsibility, ensuring that the estate is safeguarded, protected from the likes of these individuals. Because go to your friend's National Service Secretariat and look at the amount of money these people were able to steal. Then you go to Adubuahin and you go to this particular gentleman and Omunim Nyansantino, or yes, Sikana go in a bank account, then there is a direct transfer to go and buy a property. Sikana go account, now our transfer is directly to go and purchase a property in his name. Now, I listened to a very funny argument at one young man, BT Radio or TV, so he was a confidential, and maybe in the end, Sikano involved, where did the money go? The money eventually ended up in the gentleman's bank account, and he used the money to purchase properties. On the Kojina estate, no kind dying 23 years. I mean, I don't blame these people. You see, I am worried that last night I catch corrective measures that we need to adopt. I am putting measures in place. What besides I want to say about saying that these people sitting at these offices were able to steal such huge sums of money. Our system don't be flagging them out. The laxity in terms of supervision in some of these spaces, because for Obiote buffer stock at the time now be a supply a problem. Etimia massive this amount of money to himself until sa buying better and send this particular thing air bubble until the choice there was actually a problem. Your governance architecture and the way we've designed it, Obia me the upper fan hoodie. And this is the time for us. That is why I'm more criticizing Attorney General Sobubu they are jokers, because you see, there is a governance aspect of this whole thing, because we need to also adopt corrective measures. But when President Mahama Akase or the new court able to deal with your friend saying the Auditor General report, that is a policy decision, that is a government aspect of it. It is not legal, even though it will end up setting up a court and a legal process will be set in motion. But it is administrative, it is governance, and it is very important for the government or the Attorney General to tell the people of this country, so that we sitting here, we are not just discussing the legal aspect, but we are also looking at the policy aspect of it. What measures can be put in place to ensure, say, some of these leakages in the system, silly. Now in the future, unwitting criminals like some of these people will not have access to power and use the same thing to make your friends that particular power as an financial enterprise. And some are making and said the Attorney General the next line has to do with the legal aspect, where prosecution must continue unabated. And you see, I keep telling people, say, oh, your Maya, you cannot be weak, you cannot show mercy. And because these are two things you begin to show our mind you are done. And we must make sure, say, a man for Modio Monsabo mind sikam in this particular foolish fashion, will not be let go. We need to deal with them drastically. Send a loud message to people in this present government to say, actions in the near our consequences. Nobody is pronouncing him guilty. At the end of the day, if he goes to court and is able to prove beyond every reasonable doubt, as a CEO, with me as a company, now what transfer Sikano as for the firm. Now we Sikano got properties in your name, got hotels, at to handbags, every month, 5,000 Ghana cedis. Abra on supply even be dear crowd to your fans a buffer stalker. Then you explain to the court. Another day court to know who man is with you go home, you understand? So I think that these are some of the things that we need to do. But over the years, you Gumu and the president at the time, wasn't interested in some of these things, because after all, me catch us all by and our one casano as a sign of fear for the plan who she so fearful we are. How then do you tell about so for some more? So I know the day, a free gate, I will be the open. So for me, I think that the Attorney General has a duty to ensure some of these prosecutions will continue. And Ghana are not ready to sacrifice that for anything. Now, Abrante, Finance Minister, we're going to go to the USC. Nasambaya, the Office of the Special Prosecutor is dancing around it. Me, my culture say, Office of the Special Prosecutor is a useless creation. So it is not about Kisie Jabeng. Many issue, I don't even care. But I say the office, since its inception, has been nothing but a useless creation. Because first of all, whoever tells you that the Office of the Special Prosecutor is an independent office is a joker, because there is nothing independent about his office. If you read the act, it is clearly stated, say, or working at the pleasure of the Attorney General. So where lies your independence as a body? Again, Oba Matisa also my recovery in as a form. This is an agency. Financing over 542 million Ghana cedis from 2022 up to now. Sikasa what me anje. Onyamfa akokon court ma akokon krandi for sensitive issues basis la na no dimirika na press conference na emotional no wakeka nsema na eno ano no ba wo jampi ko gina ni mu no yes ono a wa yakonongo kai yes issues no ba gidi na agu gidi na kanofori atade gidi sa besi nde docket kura ebe containing all the critical facts, because to do extradition it will have to go through a certain adjudication process in the United States of America, because forwarded to the DOJ and the State Department in America. After preliminary examination, they will forward it to a magistrate court in America to also do proper examination and ask all the critical questions as to whether even a seminar who accusing the panel, if it is a crime in Ghana, is it a crime in America? If they're able to establish that connection, then another one. Is it a politically motivated kind of way? But the critical fact now, the OSP best supply, and the bit to determine that particular thing, and so that the extradition process can go through. There be a press conference, and then a press conference. Now, Lumba Remes, Here we are. You understand? That is why I'm saying, sir, the Attorney General should take a full custody of the Kenoforiata case. Yeah. Because if there is one issue that Ghanaians are much interested in, if there is an individual, Ghana for want to hear his side of the story, it is Kenoforiata. Yeah. Because after all, he was the chief way of all the things that happen in this particular country. So it will be unfair to be prosecuting others and leave him off the hook. And there are those who argue, say, that prosecuting in absentia, yeah, court baby say, have you exhausted all the other avenues that are available? You cannot try him in absentia. You understand? That is why we need to go through this formal process. If and as a snagger, then we can come back and do this particular thing. So I think that President Mahama, in line with his promise to the people of this country, you know, I like the way he's going, because you see the determination on his part to ensure set up a court and ensure that the Attorney General and other team will work in speed, just to ensure that some of these monies are recovered. Yeah. No, I think they're very, very important, because Ghanaians are watching. Ghana for Gina so 2024. Now, yes, some of these cases are, and anything. It is about say kwaji esika from a cromfo munim nyansa muwia esika esandini oyanim. How can one person go? Yes. How can one person steal from the state and use that money to go and buy a property at a value at over $2.5 million in Ghana? Are you aware? That is what I'm telling you, sir. Say the two miss who show being say who say nipan onimnyansa because no sensible person will do this. Because your politics now be so cheap, sir. A lot of idiots are climbing to the political platform. And the one pointed when you're careful, you may be tempted to put these fools in a very sensitive position, and they will go and embarrass you. Because no sensible person will be doing the things these guys did. Buying properties with funds from state where we are, when you don't have any other business to prove, say, you are buying properties. When a time will come, you know, say, you can't prove what to me. And they thought, say, a time will never come and you'll be invest. And like I say, you must be a fool to have such, you know, thinking at the back of your mind. Because even it take 20 years to cry now, so, and also lessons to us. Appointment, we must begin to vet individuals and know, because some of these unwitting criminals all over the place stealing as if there was no tomorrow, just like the Japan said, you know. So it affirms the fact that in summer you will be kind of the past to say these people were robbing the state. Ghanaians were poor while they were getting richer. People were in depression, people were dying. Your friend says, we are DDP. Do you know the number of people who died? Pensioners, Michelle Sofubi, your friends at bank. As some of catch them, maybe a kind of money so tata. And this is a noble man who none a life for say. People were because Bob was young bar. Nisika so esi bank. I also want to be thing. These are the realities of the near man. So you don't sit out there and be talking nonsense. Say, oh, and your political witch hunting. Which political witch hunting? Because no normal person will hear some of these things. And then, your friend saying, National Service Secretariat, yes, according to the forensic audit, and 500 winner number 10 say, the additional year you Missicano Cranes, I almost and then I agro. Sikana Coco drew 2.2 billion. Your first National Service Secretariat.
I give you a on your guilty.
Oh, say, and they will be able to make us on your guilty court in a bachelor. So, yeah, I think there. You see, Attorney General should stay focused, but my message to him is that he has to speed up, because time run fast. The expectations of Ghanaians are very high. Who the Nipa no court? Now you dear some not know the fact in the chance Nipa no nifa obi ani wuni asem, but we cannot afford to let these guys go. Anybody are offering around say obe negotiating or hen obe pachaw, get them arrested, because we cannot continue on that particular culture in this country. Now you make it corruption a high risk enterprise. I will be a corner, so but we cannot create a government of our own design. Our mayor name not certain agents within will use it as some kind of a profiteering enterprise. Yeah, they make it profit. It can't happen. Let us make sure, say, the red lines, the conventional red lines, they are signed in the sand, and whoever goes beyond that will face your friends the consequences.
So, say, your friend is saying. Will be any Muslim Ghana Hano for the last 8 years. We are member Obi Koye a lawyer for the Ukrumana, 1 2 no Makofa, Grofoka Krakebiaba, now obody ever confusing. We are not interested in that.
Okay.
Last 8 years, we are mine. And untina ama uhia adokoro o mine. Nti utia obia onam street ni so a obre sisia o dem se isika bia kodi baabi a e wo se aban no kojeba. That is the principle. Emu baby a no be jama me kura me babu fia say mo ve life di agro ye ni da o sa bo o. Essence akromfo no mpese o be true light on them. I don't know. Oh yeah, unyanko quarter. Edisi eka wase. Now you see, omo kasa bi omo nti yemra nase. The moment attorney general be file bi o court no public
document. Fasology abotre na ba bia wonam no ehu hia me pa. Yeah be ha ma adwen pa because me pese metwa video bi e be shortcut. Ai.
You do go.
Abotre wo be yesa ye ni bubie wa me ma red card wa ba.
E di ja dem.
I say who them to Sasha see you.
Sound.
Me pay intro now. The
intro now is that here. The Americans Ghana for no ya West here we are the last 8 years. In fact, omo mu we are credit so mo we are. The we have say go go scandal so be so mo tia say we are. Ana ye di aban aba bisio. Ana ban no so e ba aban mu because no so no say we are no the campaign.
Yeah.
Ana the say ye nyina e bo say me ba me say ye wia mu me kwa akogigi sika no ni ana say japade bi obodi sika no koye no amoma no tie ana Ghana for hwe ho eto aba ma wo tie boom omo ba ye no mo de ose o ma status person mo de oyo ana attorney general obrifie o start here no obrifie na kro no ma ye de boss sem na work and ni musem aka say breaking news o si so ana ye hu say ya say boss pa da meja wo se mu kena ma because ya wa so mo wi aye yeah omo aye de omo share politics asia na de omo de be ta kra oni no and then wakoto down airport enye dan na wato na ye obi ya ana bibisa o enye wa bo ho mode aye wadwuma no wato me ba be mo me busa kra o kwa na me so me etuma na mo yi ba wonu mu de ye ni wo ketua ye ni so mu ni business o ba bia by that to say mo mo position da no ana mo start so mo to Japan na say sika eye me no wie no to a ye tua na wo di sika 7 tra onye di attorney general Charles yesa na no mo fa chiri na mo no mo acquaintance mind you politics in the aye no kruma se sia ne say ye wo ya ne so courtism ye wa NPP for a what the same squad wo NDC mu to mo bo mo to mo bo no abehye front line mu to na asem ba wonka chankofo na nke ya ma to the general jai press conference ya wo jai no mo start ekoye demonstration e wo street say ye tata o mo ni ni o ma na because ata na wa ngodi o mo se bi ankoso
yeah
ada wa ba bi we ya dey atu anan o ba NPP politics na melitia pa oni kapre
ba fast talk odi kapre na wahwenya myenim aduane a o se ye de koma nyanka mebunu bi onu mu a okọ secondary school na o fokro du nyahwe mo ma no that time no enye enkwara nko a obi akọbọ besia supply aduane ama ba fast talk ye ntwa ne kan
isu basic inkrata de bebrebe di no okọ anu aka chi osisi kenyo se na mo o divert fa wona oyere na phenomenon bi e ba o mo side ne de sa ban etwenu okunu wi anu no le yere ka ho
collabo
just alongside we from alongside China are you ready this is a remix from Hana alongside Pfizer yeah the brand is the yere no that's the very fine dia was
yeah Pfizer
maybe a company
okay eduwa
na yere su di akire
yeah no why husband and wife
so that is the strategy they adopted though
nti attorney general ababe chichi na dia de we mu ne se watumi apempoint ajapade a police kana
koto
attorney general me sa ka chiro bio obi biara o tu fu se mema me press conference on bro yi esa say the moment I audio assemble court no attorney general be file charges for court a public document say why press conference that's what they don't know I can go to the court and they'll give me a copy of it But Ghana for the do say the be who say and I say better say the same way.
Court.
I don't know war broadcast do problem and I say war cause I won't see any assistant.
Yes.
For make you my day actually you Sana Hana so lawyer so court Obeka say menya sa and also the press conference or day or you don't so pa omo medi microphone no mo meka nche say enye sa na tie ye be du court ni na da ho obi an gongodi ayi na enye sa na kira no wabe kira ye kwa ya fast court $1.6 million home chain dan no say buffer stock o start here now salary 14,000 Ghana cedi o di be wie 28,000 o de yem fa say was started with 28,000 we bia we tiefo money mo ayenye mathematics kakra di
what are in 30 kra ma
what are man for ana bank yem fa 30,000 no times if I say 12 you say 360,000 yem fa
times 12 yeah 3.6 million
yem fa so di abem 8 years and 2.8 million Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
2.8 million. Then they go do $1.6 million. And
then back.
And I take a one. People, it is that. Yeah, they give you a dose. Oh, yeah. Now, mono movies are going to answer. And that back, I tell him, see, what can you when Libya to say, when you come to the crowd, and to me to home jail. Now, what about 600,000 year autonomo mokanto mense and also okunya SS kanoi. What about Tamale sa hotel ya 70 year autonomo $250,000 and also kanya no he. What about the Jowudia autonomo 4.1 million Ghana cedis unya scan wo he. What about Asasi autonomo 307,000 unya scan wo he. So you see say ya kasa say na say wo amfu a now we better also a lawyer now semantics a lawyer for the structure case we don't know more na mo bo ba no koso na chese clearly what BTA insider trading on the northern regional manager obuka boom akwa hwe e che no ka no kre so ti wa anye onya aduma kro we raise voice kwade ya transfer
scam no
now wo young man ye ti aye yanka but now pussy down the MP na ko dia ko parliament je Sana scholarship secretariat.
Ada ka ko she ho.
Omu wi a ye structure ni o ma no wi e wa kwa kotena parliament. Abi wo sa shemra ma me ni wi no. Are you not concerned? The scholarship secretariat and so me say attorney general so wo ye ho adwuma. Na de o kan ye me ni je ho ye lottery so lo. Sa lottery so no de e.
Enele ho no.
Enele ho no. E de bugamu. Eno no ye mugamu. I say, attorney general to was because you could tell information. Now, buffer stock budget say, and a JPF free when I look
at
buffer stock.
Now, diabetes ECG no. Why you come and when you never start check actually formal administration. Now, you one. Owe is the reason why na appointees in started so good.
Yes.
It's answer or creating impression more say obian to me foku. And you know you started so or packet court no. It was appointed judges from the second court to the Supreme Court. The shame sa and when body almost say look, maybe a man. Or we no say okay, say to from Kranwa. Me kwa kosesa mbranim na me the idea very pre-bad so there. Aba. And you say judges require to phone who say yeah, you better kwa negotiate. Satan mo pakisika na go. Ade no obi abeka tese no ne connection. Good. And is a me oh your connection good. Ade the emfa. That is how we were treated to. Now so do back to secondary school last over the weekend me back to school. Now boarding boarding house be your mother. And send ye a honya. Now we flew up now but it is same. Ya fire sika we are. Na ya utu se nipanye ye so wicked abeg ma ye didi hu ye ndidim
exactly
wo mu di o ma ba be di adwuma nim o ma be di o ma ndi utu so man spirit come I'm telling you o man no wo hye obi a wa ye do wo ni sika wo ni bia kofo a be bi o betena e wo nkra ha any regional capitals e da dwene no you have no idea obi rent so say ye this SK nyina sisi adan adanka ye de egigilo ayi kura ye de teto on kakra check the pavilion be biada
yeah
ba hanan won ko aba befa akoto prime properties property bi no to ya e wo be fun prime
na tamale dia no kra na nenam ho ayi neboa de dem se ene na tamale ho no
na ma omochi no tamale ho
no siminya sa value ni dia
hotel no okwa me do tamale mre bi no mo ka kire me se me ko ye program say she was taxi drivers 4 e ga ze Mr. Usu omo di ga de me ko aban sa ase a ya cha ma ho nyina enti eno ana to de general kasa omo aye landlord che be se no mo fa nya to onko tamale insas government lands no omo chefai taxi driver ana na kire me nyina me wi me ya land economy je be now for the lands commission ala me frɛ obi o mi mo ne di no say asem na taxi driver no e ka no e no kretro do omo chafa na hanan dan ya hotel ya ka wa say on dey no okɔ a no dey fresh car na ma kokɔ ba ku gina o di yo mahi na tamalfo ne sesa okɔ pusiga side wa on bet your brand new dan ya wo dey less than 2 months here because of election ewo and be say Abraham dey try picture from them. That was how they use your money and my money. And it buffer stock on kwano.
Buffer stock on kwani o.
Na ye kwa kohwe mu bia ye de tie nya ye national service je enke ye 548 million. Sa ye dinam krum. Na on be country ye biwo a ye 2.2 billion. Hey! Na mo so mama give to war say 10 million bill. Na ta ye man say 2.2 billion no enipa kuma be 3 for afska no.
Yeah.
Hey, ade asa na mo ne yake. O ma no se ebufu. Anuti atoni je na wo prosecute wa no gift ne esibensu bonya wa na nsase na ye be boa ye be to go for gum na adani nyina monye ma o man no. Ehia me pa. Enye a station duty for civil servants.
Yeah.
Because omo dia you see ye krom wa no mo weska the first omo dia is up to that.
Yeah.
Watch as them what die say. E ji wo de mun investigation ya mon ko pe de omo nan fofo na omo di agro ma potemo omo be kan nyina ya den a kire mo is answer dan the offense ana e mesi na ye dan no
na ye dan no
tuition e why omo so bi akwa wanti omo kai omo no san information no odo abayo bi atwempra wanti chi ni e gade a obi san information na de ama entinya ade a o se eye na ye fiwa ye mra isiji who did you be killing Afenyo Ntim Fordjour into room because a hacker in you 2.2 billion national service as one sent here 2.2 billion say 2.2 billion the core ya now call electricity company of Ghana send the beko PDS send the beko one enti no beka ho a na che se ye koye nim na masanso aka kira ban se atoni gera besra pa e masa OSP na da besra wono de makase mo e mo wa kwa se mo entertain no wono no woni ku wo o se bo pabro in fact o ko se investigate no aka se wo investigate no because o ye o mo wa mani in any case but nako na no me no ye calculation
ya o kika kwedi e nako e what nako hono mu bia isika nako
atoni de na me se nako men can how many times na jiro o mo fa isika ho ongrem bo so e be chiba o nya ne nkofo no ongrem na interest lose o mo wie sika ya ye bo di no support ba we wo mu nyina no support ba ti no go fight say man me president Kobe president akabeti sanse mu.
There be that.
And the movement for change the man so for so. Go e ka say there has to be a change at all. And no tira yen to me ma ura mama enyi na home. And no tira wa ban we mu a and you will be tired of us because you be carry every day.
Very important.
Attorney General Boadu say we hear akwan what's up back with the conferences. Don't once again Magana carry the Ghanaian people along.
That is governance.
Now, you do see one. And now, okay, we say now appoint to president the man pressure, and yet president appoint you. Yes, directly president appoint you, but your source of power is coming from the people of this country because you need to minimum and penny and some open you who the amount. So in as much as you are serving the president, bear in mind at all material time, say the people that you are serving are the people of this country. And so you be no. Can you imagine what 2.2 billion could have done? And Oma catches all about the new 6 lane from Accra to Kumasi. And what would you have to see 6 billion? It means that the national service is Guano, FI, no, yet the Kakraka one can be Accra to Kumasi, 6 lane, 6 lane, and the accident so.
2 people.
Get to honor. Oh, him go phobia, or only see a credit.
And I make an.
What's it?
Any sick Ukraine. Said they not I buy a cake. They said, comfort only answer. Only traces night day. And that traces in the because they be a because of far Kaya ye sikedi, of far trot driver sikedi, Kuania, what blessing teacher near, yet, Tino, sikedi, you can never succeed. And he said, one will be our tons as away either. What the upper could check on what tons as you be as beer, or moon because land is a free gift of nature. Oh, why you be why they create land. And your homer or man, don't go about the toy show to a woolly yida, and Jacobi or toy issue go last, and no one abroad will be swimmer. Sana bicycle. What you say? And Nintino, and also Nakoye. That you back to OSP. Sa branch no de ma mpamono a sabose emrano yesi e coffee fa the name one say dey na mo dem ntwa office
na was a scrap
all the yentu yeah for say sika no go ba attorney general iyoko na ye fanfa lawyers bebre o because why you kwan bia so konongo kaya hweke no foria ta we entete ho kra ba fa stock ni lottery ni scholarship secretariat ni NSA ye entete ho the wati o man ni makobo bisia 13.5 billion ayini adekwa ye disika ne ye nkonwa obi a wotra asiva ye to move 52 billion from GCB tax account na year tax account wo GCB to an unknown account ye ntimi account for obi a wotumi lead o mayam yakọ invest $97 million whole wakofa SML wono ankasa de kuku SML no ye busa Christian to say so ti say SML no ni duma mu die say o se da bi nya sa na che oni amount kra mo charge abai na ye wie ya papa ye dwane akotena America oti wono oti kroma wo haya ye betra na lawyer for ye twetwe fan ye bi se ne nkofo omo le fi so omo te brofo omo tro obeba oyare edu bebi mu say ye push you over because activists na wo sisi ano we don't give a hoot na omo yes anu a ye chi wo no musa ba omo twe omo furu so omo dwane ya no go for faceless people wo see the family of Kenoforiata on be issue statement obi afan bi anshase ye bo mo sa bo bo ya za ni pa bonefo mo mpo ma ye e wa no mu dwane ana ono ana ye retisim there so be share ye bo atude Afenyo markets could not parliament catch us by the 5th of May 2025 Kenoforiata be ekoma ye ni October for God dabra for God can correct because they know either they took part in the booty sharing or they themselves have a hand in it. And OSP, Abeme assurance, you said I know issue wanted a red alert. Comfort docket no brand year. Yako 2 months.
I don't know more.
I'm not be that Attorney General diplomatic or say collaboration and said that and question your pen. No, Casa, Papa, I said that be the new mess you or this you. NP 5 case. But said that they are court. Okwa say no.
And now so I say why amendment.
Oh, boy, Monsieur, Konongo Kaya, we are after 101 trick. Make catch Goziaga. Now, Papa was appointed by Kufado, sworn to Kufado, promised to Kufado, who visible after Kufado. Emma Sui and Tino, Sa OSP or GSK. I buy car say 2022 500 to come from 2018 Buma is almost $1 billion ya kosa officer. Obudu medi also mudi say omko hwe ketashe na se bibi bom mu a omaji musika ba na sika se no aja mo man. Now your business na say o your market program bi o ha na say sa program na mo ye no sika ma mo da so keep program. Wo do bi are ye ko. Now the catchers and no matter o crab no go there for there. Who more for you who must be sacked and the office scrapped na momfa sa sika no enkoma the office of the attorney general any iyoko na momfa a lawyer for bebre ene kra nkwada ya abaye university here mo de before mo investigators you don't need that you know obehwehwe mu a konkonsa for ba be ka che ba gada ye ya kogije nyoma so ti ase eno nti embasa now one more kasa attorney general no a friend say woni case bia no omunimu wa mo hwenda omunkobusa wuntumi ye ntia wuntumi na machira a chopa kese ne se metua no omunkobusa na eye me desa attorney general afi wate ye Ghana for us now I am beginning to respect him the more say ye kasa utie under no circumstance ana onu so opi ba gambia onko court nkeka nche court that's all na court ni negotiate wouldn't be your friends a former capital bank CEO yeah atwese
yeah
the plea bargain no o ma ne court ano keka say obetua x amount ana judge ni tell us no now what for my sika tell us say who say who betua say who just say the interest with the bond one there or the guy be buy amfa no ano ede ma wuntumi na go pem kan so ojitu pem ka boni a oya no cough so the becho the governor obuwa court governor go court nko pai mu nka na se court no betie se sika na who fire no and who na plea na ode ba see aye dey now ya kinyina but mesre mo so amoko court eye gift ni asibene mo amoke ka won say mamo nko amonko sikei I am fully aware say nyam nko na modiye obi a don't so sikano
draw so
na sikano was gift be dey no nko adi mo ma omomodi
was this kind of
was gift be dey no won nko adi sika was nko be dey no adi nti yes gift asibe momodi na efiri ho a wasanso aboya no ba say 13 for All Africa Games vakacho say there is no way as 13 for All Africa Games no omani be kaka say the $250 million and the organize it aye no a watch $15 million be die tu yire and the kon wa say aduane no nya men charge o say no wa aye den isi awa ba oh ni say no bi a oje microphone to mo bi o to say enti wa bayi ye da se so no de wa anye se kero forata on de wa ba na yenkom ekwankora munwo asa wache no ekwankora stadium na ye 86% or so completer mode almost $36 million set mode akudwie no umbechire mo nchire ekwankora tag a common tag mode almost $3.6 million koye mumbechire ekwankora Elizabeth Liman sa hostess wo ho na ye wie dam koto e condition kete na mbeka chese ma $16 million mbechire mje Touch ase na ye hwehwe ni nyine na ye ne sa no a ebema memu aye na ebenya the genuine people a ebete wura amanyosemu ene ye governor public service na ye wie ni nyina no so mo mu remfi omampani se oni attorney general ne ye friend is auditor general here ama sa auditor general's report since 2018 ye die sika almost 81 billion no se ya no wadi bia ye fast let's say o mampani aka no attorney general no apamfo nyena akrofo no so good the local levels no so no ya politicians no nko a o mo so yenumu ho na ye ne sa sika ye tisika so e come ne yeda o ma ne be koye do
now the Danko Akufo-Addo are organizing breakfast meeting between 5 assurance na omoko contest no na a closed door meeting there but eyada ya konkonsa kakra wo mu nti ya te kakra and ye hu say me say anado efresa meeting because ayampia to ne boneka no ene why we boni ni na sa no ya yede enti asa na opeso or from na masa mun cool down na we face pa kwabna Japan ne duchum de chi aye na to me say all is not well but no face pom mbu ofu o makomo but we are meeting na oh na ba umi atiasi wa trotro jabo de ama bre champon say wo sika nti de ye the ideas na buba me na me de nta operability bae e me create 900,000 jobs them see ai 900,000 up about me akaso otie ne ho 900,000 jobs na wo ba mo na kwa mo di ile bi ba ye gu no maka was we enti I am pleased so you say Brecha posu church ni say we know say what fertilizer no. What if fat no the coin? Crofo bi person no mo smuggle nti no mo de to wo ma to am. Me see
yeah, I think that.
Let me see the query here the any
plea bargain in a whole lot of way. The last time I told you this particular concept where it came from. America for mother buyers because of case load in the 19th century. Yeah. Because now cases in the door so much judges need to be handled. And now money prosecutors engage, so those who are ready to take plea, guilty plea, should come forward. Then they negotiate by pressure to be free. At the time, the ultimate criticism at the time is now I undermine justice because people wanted criminals to go through the mill and face prosecution, but because of such negotiation, now people were not, going through the proper adjudicatory way and not but the essence of later then it got adopted into Commonwealth common law jurisdiction and I spread Ghana until now 2022. And I am then day law. My culture said Nipano got convinced to a point, say, we are into a point. The only way they can save themselves as a buffer, in case I buy no lusua, no. So in case of a prison, you can negotiate and then buy your way out. But Ghana for are now discerning enough to know some of these things because my culture says existing criminal law never and also my home crime my GSC Sanjay. So there is no point going to some of these things. These are high profile crimes. You need to punish people severely. Because these people got convinced Amamona na aircosono na eda autopilot because Akufo-Addo proved himself to be so incompetent to the extent that he didn't even have a clue what was happening in his whole government. And into press engagement na manfo bisa na question president because he didn't know what was happening much in the ground and into a minister and say because he was not on top of what was happening. So these people capitalized on this particular thing and they were stealing left, right, center. And the Nema Fordjour and they give credence to someone I can say it was an avenue people were stealing left, right, center. And they were stealing in the manner so nauseating and so like pathetic. And I know Mudiwia. And I know Baumia or can same cocan be say and I know and I'm on so and a man for a millionaires. Now, all kinds of because you are telling people, say, you created the avenue and the enterprise for people to make money. They got nowhere in the world. And I for me are buying for people to come and make money. Exactly. And for you to make a tacit admission, say, better. And the master uncle for millionaires. And the question is that they were just ministers of state and some were just parliamentarians. How did they become millionaires? Through you. So you are admitting, say, indeed, you facilitated this particular steal in their course, and the master uncle for or billionaires. Because NPP in 2016, now they were selling scratch card. Begge, your friends say a jump for so Jessica. And that Brian Champo as an individual, a fabulously rich, an individual can finance a political party. Canada Japan can individually finance a political party. But why
Baumia can buy 300
pickups and then finance a political party. That tells you say, your notion of governance and then you say you be more mine, now you baby and buffer stock. And they're saying National Service Secretariat, Adubu case, a classic case. And I think that wherever President Akufo-Addo is now, he should gather the courage, go on his knees and apologize to the people of this country for all these things that are coming up. Because he is the key architect. Because we are a leader. Nasa wutimi exert a certain control mechanism over Nema Oya or appointees Besuro. Go back to Rawlins's time. We appoint here. Not because of anything, because of the president. So yes. So yes, leadership by example. Or you can go and check people who serve under Rawlins. Or be an Hobetimaka so a billionaire. Or Sono Kakadi Obenya. But some Riesika say ne fue baba for my touch change home in as a forum. No, you cannot do it. Because to a near mine or to one or Ferreno, Usrono. That is what the last time I'm telling you is that we are president and you don't create that fratana that easy relationship with your people. You can be cool with them, but let them know, say, there are consequences you go. I am doing you an honor by giving you a ministerial position. Do me an honor by honoring it and work diligently. The very moment you veer off, Just say, what betray me? And I have to also betray you. And any punishment available, no, because the greatest honor a president can do anybody is to, out of the millions, appoint you and say, you are a minister of this.
Yeah.
That is the honor he has done you. So all that you have to do is to safeguard and guarantee that honor. But what the it means what disgraces the president, and he also has to punish you. But the president didn't see all these things and created that particular room. And that's how the cause and now created the NPP to be what it is today. Come my culture said. In any see all things being equal, these are not even the characters who put themselves up to be president in the NPP.
Yeah.
These characters, not as if say we don't know them. For be a profile better nabo. Now because the MPP are winning, should these be the people who should be leading this political party? How Akufo-Addo are bringing the party so low into the gutters to the extent that anybody are talking, oh, now Akufo-Addo be president, I'm supposed to be after all, me was sick, after all, my sister dying, after all, my essay, because we equate some level of when between the president, you know, to a dying war. Ghana and Kabini say dying war and a chance of Wabo Brabbe to the president. And very often, what the radio is not as I say Brabbe and Wabo.
Yes,
and just a cotton ship. Now me register with me dimu and son of a Tanaka say yes. That tells you I agree with the party. My culture says governance everywhere is a serious business. You need people with intellectual intellectual mind. People with vision in as a for no. Omo kofa kwa me nkroma be ne tua ne school fee. Omo ne tua ne plane ticket or the buy yo. Omba and among for see the value in him, gave him the opportunity to become president. Nippon no financing the buy no. They never got to that particular office. What I say. So some of these things run there and whatever the MPP is going through today, whatever Akufo-Addo and his people are dealing with, or no one create here, and I'm MPP Ababeduru. So decency is no longer in the party. Decorum is no longer in the party because Abraham more power and some man for Kaio Kroma say no, Senka or Shase Panishi Binuma, and Kanya and Hanayawa. And I can the Japan Abeka say a nice issue by the party called him in the night. Nekacha say, on a chief way, Uncle and Yamaka said, I know. And then he mounted all the energy that over here at the time and then engage Anas and then for back and forth. And I'm so now met swelling here new. And these people today turn around, want to tell us that they want to be president. You think Ghana is a joke or what? So MPP and Amakacha is a party, are degenerating into the gutters. And it is about time people behind the scenes, Munimno, should just come into the fold and try to rebuild the party. Now the old glory now what lose people like Alan, Solone, other people have left, they will get that particular glory back. Because you don't expect any people are running on sanity to come back to the party when these are the characters who are amping to be president. So I think President Akufo-Addo should gather the courage and apologize to the people of this country. Sebeya, ya fese Ghana for be say boni ni dwirim die na ne nkrofo be die no na nipa na wa point o modo be di o man so obi anu wa ene ya kan sam papa fa no ho including your finance minister, including your CEO, including a national security way, include just almost everybody. You cannot blame these individuals. You blame who gave them power. The ultimate responsibility there by na who ya enu ntino wo de akwanya sa sha ne nsa a oba ya nipa na ekromfo ketwa na ote baabi. And one man, oh yes, a small thief. And I got to a bigger financial enterprise. I know. They are not by what then come focus here. So you have magnified their potential as a thief by putting them behind big monies. What would they do? Yeah, offer a kurasa or the bread back home. Now what did you see bread factory? I don't know by here. Or bet to that is exactly what these people have done. So why would you create a factory or no? You are the cause, and you should apologize to the people of this country. You understand? So for Brian Champon and Co, you see, all these people can move around town, say all these things because you see, Ghana, my culture says Ghana is not a serious country. But Ghana is a serious country. Now you are say bisa man for Juma Ben a winner here, and here winner will seek a free here. Tax na wuti and our hefa if we be see and shasi and yes idea we are me say we wake up one day never call Jubilee House now a monkey is sitting there playing president. I'm telling you because people don't care where you got your money from. It's just a matter of having the money and then pay paying people to make you president. We have to be very careful. Now, we will laws ever give us that particular opportunity to be able to assess individual by a source of funding, source of your money. People are claiming they are billionaires. Where do they get their money from? Businesses buying. If it's a government contractor, people should know, because the government, and the government of any other country is a government of our own creation, of our own design. So if you are making money out of America, the biggest one now, making sika or more contract with the offense the Pentagon, because that is the offense security intelligence way, because of how protected it is in today's almost other selected companies, sign a contract, so you're a supplier or a government contractor, or the big so those people are making money because they are doing something for government and they pay them. Elon Musk is one of the government contractors, even despite all the things that he does, So another day, if you make money, I know say, government is part of the the source of my money, I can prove it. But we live in an environment where people just pop up as billionaires, where they got their money from, and they don't want to do any other thing but to be president. You think being a president is a joke, or being a president is about having money? No, that is the notion that we must begin to kill. And yes, sir, we wake up and any idiot at all who by fair or foul means make money can just put himself up, say, president. Because Ghana, you find people who follow you, that's the money, and that will be all. Media, you get people to pay, and they will hype you. We cannot put this particular country in danger. And that is a line the NPP is on today. As somebody, or no say, all anti-corruption, your friends are crusaders or more kroma, what sort of tea or more, and I'm so maybe that person want to be president today, and our channel, why never fight corruption or kroma say? Judges and support thieves who did judges attempt judges and you are the person going to protect the constitution. Judge oh yes, I'm telling you. So go back to the archives, and these are characters who want to be president. You understand? Brian Champaya was also Westworld. The commission report indicted him as being one of the people who engineered that particular criminal activity. I've listened to him, the arrogance, because if you get money cheap, you talk cheap. You understand? And he's the person telling people, say, the NPP was not going to hand power. Your power near your fence, acquire not to Jubilee House way. Power not sign, I could for the time and so kind of packet from Jubilee House. So that is how cheap this particular thing is. So I think, you see, the NPP and take it up now, Brandon, not party, because we need a responsible opposition party. But you cannot blame them, because Akufo-Addo is the person who have brought the party to where it is today. On its knees, our party, the decency near me run or party in any hobby, and they don't also realize it, because Abraham says, more yes, our bottom up approach, top down approach, as for your can say, party are going to power, what lose power, What the bridge between you and the people is broken. The best thing you can do is to do a bottom-up approach by patching the differences and so forth. Until you flag bearer, then he will reflect the base of the party. But to hell with all of us, then they will use it to do that down. Look at Nema Echoes within the party, and some amount for a country within the party. We are what the Falcon Brand say, or maybe what you man conquer away. Kobiso be full and nini, obisi we I say, and all the sins that they are mentioning are near my Canada when the Akufo-Addo was president, and we expected him to act on some of these things. He didn't. Even at the point the committee gave a commission report came out. Say, man, explicit instructions say, do this, Did he do it? You understand? So I think, you see, young people of this country should rise to the occasion. Now, who say politics na the Ghanaian dream is possible, but only if we, the young people, take a center stage. Now you get involved actively. Now you chart a discourse, espousing nationalism and sense of patriotism. Now your allegiance will not be to individuals to excessive party interest. Now you making sure, say, any point in time, your conviction must first come to bear. Analyze issue from a very dispassionate perspective. No, who say, on the scale of morality, is it right or is it wrong? How dare one person go and sit at an office as a CEO when people within the office, some are being paid 500 Ghana cedis, 1,000 Ghana cedis. Neire bag, et mitia abas bear 50p workers car. Neire ni nyajuma because otu kwandi na tia no na Italian shop. Ya first a crasinia when your money or for to bag in not change na hold forgetting where that particular money came from. You understand? So I think these are the realities that the young people of this country should rise up to. Or mining your biadio 1990 na ya dwene so Kufuor na ye president nti or mining ye ne Rollins na president on na no. Ghana is an enterprise. You and I, our stake equal. The resources of the country, all things being equal, it's supposed to benefit all of us. So, be with the 2 million more, we know now, you should that 2 million to steal from you. You should know that your future I know stealing. I'm a Ghana. If you look at all the resources that we have, Ghana for Ghana and the Soraton and Japadia UK. Say what will happen? Ghana and the Betimiaton and Japadia, a brim crack or drua, and Marantia bear for no more than single room. And all these people go through, and you cannot afford these people because of the reality here. It's not as if Sika Nikroma say, Sasika and Crofo, Yakani in Abomi, ya. Sasika when you now Kamboma, the woman you may bet maybe Okroma, not so like Kumase Accra Road. Some particular road, though. Sika say na here to do a dual carriage road from Kumasi to Accra. Na Sasika na kwa the individual bottom. And this anka yet me bo hon ban, and ye protected the state. Now ye making sure say these people are not allowed and I prosecute man I GSK. I'm not sure some of these things will happen. So going forward, that cheap politics where a man for come easily to the defense of others and then as for we must begin to push it aside. Now yes, spousal national we a bit me boy my future because I think that yena be one man kasa mayena. It is a time we dear yen charted a pattern. Bet me secure a certain good future for the generation yet to come. No more bar, they will pay homage to us at least. We spend our time to ensure say I build the foundation. America today you want to win the problem because some people sacrifice build the foundation for their generation and no more. We have to do the same thing. We cannot continue to hammer on this NDC NPP politics all the time. I know the day, now a man from Kenya use as an avenue to make money for themselves. I'm not sure that is what we should do.
All right, off solo.
No problem. They say, "Ore Kufado, Asia, at the boy for no, and I are for no."
What's she here for?
No man, I'm saying at the boy for. I don't want to catch and say, "Almost I are." That's about be beautiful. And about causes of autism. And I'm more we are the boy for. I don't say I are for. You go for to share me. After say you launch a United Party, and yeah about Atemidi, and about the United Party, because you're the party the buyer. So already now, as I said, the refusing and say I'm the adult committee by say, wow, I'm monitor, wow, beg you be at the Ometron. The committee see one more, they are dealing with it. But their major concern, the Kufuor's major concern, a United Party now, a buyer, because you see. Idea about NPP and this is survival up to date. They say you need vibrant alternative. So when we say and yet they are the Ghana for quiet, you will still go back no trouble. But this time around, who said sir idea no and you are available to the NPP because United Party are there. Abba Anna, you don't know United Party. Yet you build the NPP. So we know how to build a political party. Offer Tesco here. I was there, we built Tesco. For me, it's the day I yet here. Today, now the bet you say, you build a vibrant student wing, and Meta United Party. Before Rana Jamota, he was part of the founding members. Boniface Jabwabi, woman party more. I need any regional executives, a Bassanua. Now, yes, said, it's a buyer. What is the campaign? And I said, message also. And then a man of friend, Omunina said, breakfast beats. Now, or no friend who can the Sassan. It's as a woman, Papa Pedia, what did you for 80 years? Now, and the Uya, you see, Menena, I'll be so sad in my heart. Say, Papa and Quadane, then yeah, Gidia with me. Say, oh, Bob, the cook at one of the things that let man go for trust. And say, na power na ye born. That's why you are not because maybe this guy said, oh, yes, he said, the beer would go for don't go on about 99% of ministries and agencies. Secretary akoso wa unia kenofori atade and finance minister and we got it no got because when so baba can say bia wo kufu do na be bo no che wo ka hu
oh yeah partner in crime
now one of the cases are bo kenofori atase ombra your friend say the national cathedral we started say wutua David Ejeka abrana contract bi enu abrana yenko public procurement authority okra to hubo oba no be cheche ma na we fi say Martinamidu ka say the mother serpent of corruption sa say na Martinamidu ka ye no ya nwene ho anko akire say die na wo gira so ntia so obi ye mother serpent of corruption ye work for do you na say me na me to na me nye mother serpent of corruption ka me drag Martinamidu to court so me explain die ntia what is so obeke enti that meeting there it was about the UP esanze seba monto ayambia mam hono de ayambia mo beto de moto abi
nze nti na amokowie ya ba omi akostati
of course because they don't go discuss aja no go UP na aba no bese obo katro mu nyina so mo nkasa ntia ada obo mu no so bebre na nse party na bu I'm telling you the party no and sorry because penny biani Pedi ango betu akasa embenefo mienu na gebetu akasa eye ora akufo ene omu nyina so no duka da akufo do kra de wono na boa ma party ni seye na behwe akwa meja po anima na ode chia no enya ba omi ana na boa fulu sa o okaka de bi okaka de tiri se kwa na me dingo na asem se me tra ma akufo do asem mabrabo akufo do na asem mabrabo ono de yi di free source general secretary ano wi o sa dada na amemu na se bu eya ye mo wia ya ye ne ka che kwabra mo se hey emfa ho ko che campaign ona otebrofo o sponsor like that
ko di akire
ye yupi ana o sa ko je nom de ni ye campaign kira se wako ye campaign wo gira boninim aye campaign se o mo ye koje e je wono kasa bonne no Uwe ya no me say go me yo omdo de ko petroleum commission asede ana mo sa de so awo awu so awo wie na say wo ko 2023 prime CB what to ayampia bombs atese tia ba omi a obu wie ya na ba omi asa so aba be dada
no di akire
ti ni ko ese mo ba bi si ona asa wo ni musa no afide wo so se to ye we nyia no hu se ye yusume
enti ehwo bufo na hye ni bono
emi na hye ni mo edutumo so okoton okobie na no keka bone a omo ye bi owie ya no mso wato proto ato eya gura ware to check se uba omiankofo na beka se me gu mayu asu bi na maware ye gu a ebufo bebem ena no ye ko apostle producer fo eye
40th
yes tiny ni pehunu sem samera ene yi o sinkra wanye de wanchia no me na me di eyi ni bi na me process de yo ya am me na wo nchia no me de kwai samera what are we talking about obi adada usabi ye koye NPP meeting o ke US no sere and order na preference lady do what party and did not just say me va me he
to na look away
yeah, do so I'm got time baby na me do jai na me go do ho ano yes ade na come for korokora na come baby say we that the diplomacy kwa on tiase obi tia wa wonya teku mfirimu eh say wa ko program ase na ya mamre ne amane ne kire say ukoto obi wa yiase a ukoye de o tia no enya hu na febro so nyansa bi na onimbro so ana say 2 bibi na wo ya mamre ne amane ne basa na me hu say yi me share obedwem kura me hu kura me nto no my because we wo nya pedinze mu di medinze mu right there achia na potena baby the party no lose the focus the kufu do fra mo ne de enya about bi UP no because when bone a odi ye orala nchema te ma men ka mo bibi na men ka watiefo tama na ye NPP ma orala nchema te minister of your friends the trade industry what is parliament set committee here cash for seat
yeah
okay na je bibia o na they wanted to nail orala nchema te nanka ba be eno kwa committee ye in life nanka okwa na obegu ho ni mase sik oti sika chichi de wie sika bi wa bam ye allegation bi me ye public inquiry on any of it in fact time I this wo wound to me so wakoye yi it took a work for the Rebecca Chere say your friend is a contaminant yana but oral and traumatic yes sheda ya set it trap side because yen win anima say nanka e baumia na honya koje enso wiase no se wo di adwinfin namwa de bia wo problem en na egu science people and the rank and file of the NPP any you be any many problem o e the leadership you know so omo nyina ati ase a omo ba wa hu sesesi a no omo option omo free NPP ni mo a ombe de ombe ba ana sa die ma we ni esi abra o ti ase yes esi abra wo na we are sure Ekufuado say wa hwe ono kura no answer no be ko crutch no oba be patch at UP membership e ja to bravo so
all right mocha me just 2 minutes na if I can LGBT dia no ye nche wo ye be pon sisi a enra wo te minority leader ne Reverend Ntim Fordjour adena yire fi oda paper so ya ba adena ye hu biem NDC for no makoye free.
Yeah, I think that gentleman meaning what the upper we are say.
No.
It's Ntim Fordjour. Meaning the upper we are say as a opera meaning attention or shopping for a deal. You see, yeah.
Politics
I know Kroma wa home. I catch us say decency nim. Akwese sabi enkorabi na yabo mo ano na omugu class madam ni ho. Nti asa obi aya de opɛ. There are no decency, no morals. Just say nipa no common sense enka ho bi. These are people who were in power for 8 good years.
Yeah.
This LGBT issue became a topical issue to the extent the president had to use his authority to stop the process. We did everything possible to let it pass through the system.
Yeah.
At the time, these people were the agents who stood against everything and Now there has been a change of government. Paper na to parliament, it has expired.
Yeah.
And why don't you just then you can even place it back there. So what the hell is he talking about? So there is no issue at all in Sema Oken. Our position has not changed yet. Obi no support to LGBT.
Exactly the point.
The President Mahama in the past, I'm making it quite clear. Obi no support to LGBT. Until the bill in Parliament now expire, you are an MP. What stop you from going and laying the same thing in Parliament?
Chamber ho na obi akoyi free order paper no so eno no onti asem
nti obi akoyi free order paper sa press conference ye na koyi ya na sa wan koyi ye
I don't asem no penny
me ametia me na me koyi free order paper so anasa dai it's a parliamentary business so you deal with it. Some of these attention seeking kind of way it's quite unnecessary. You see politics na ye no yakwatwam sa na ma we yo yakwatwam and already mu bi no moye mu hu fin dada. And the idea your friends respect and Casano, Ghana for Nibi Mamo. So more Yamonema, you do things to repackage yourself. Sabaya, Ghana for buy you in conscience. Rather than some of these cheap pity politics no more. And I think that we've had enough of this.
All right, Solo.
When you are someone working, you say, and this is the control or for the tables. The la Kenya signature.
Yeah.
Which are LGBT.
Yeah. Oh, me kaina you live kana court.
Oh, just that just Eddie O can say. One side and how ma wa memu etwem. Sembrana ma ho kwase de oba obetua side street. Why not?
Yeah.
Because there is no way any better as say enye sebi kwa tumutumu ya mon kan sa. Yeah. Mo de niam no wada.
Nobody say yam primo bia ne to wa.
Da enu no accept.
Ba ni to.
I'm running down say Ekufuado say on your one side yen go die to. Ana yesi da bi yam breda. O kire mu sa na gofo mpani bone se mo be ye okromu a. Ada ya say abrofo meiska.
Ai.
Na bonino wa meiska so what? Ya de tia no mu be wie sika ko. Enti what's the big deal? Enti omonsanle na entempa no. Omonkodi ho nkomo na omampani eduru ho amantwetwe so kra. Samaye na abrofo na kofa ba e de ko America. Almost LGBT for kwandam krumu ani yichi wo. Yes no. Esa so mo se enya de papa. Ne anya ba be so mo mre ni ti.
Ghana na sebe dwafie mu no sabe akora bi ani ho. And age bi ani ho. Lawyers wo ho, doctors wo ho, professors wo ho. Enti ura chamber ni mu a constituency bia MP a wode ne baaye no apart from honorable Amase mrebi ye can say ye kwetiafo na de ne ba ya na ye say wan ko school no ye hairdresser ono pe omo amaka ni nyina no onye lawyer bia no a teacher ni eno waja teaching eno obeye politics or obi so ha akọ school wa professor obi ha akọ school che say animdefo wo mo amuti chamber ho ni nyina akora ba akukura nim wo mo nyina eburu 18 years wo mo nyina ye matured wo mo ye mpanyimfo so obi nware wo mo kura na owoba ena wo mo maware so wo mo na dooso enti ekire se eye mpanimfo a yesusu se amadwene mu bobew ene ye do o makomra hye bidwa mu se omo nkwahye mra enfa mo man no. Some of these issues when it comes up they ya me bisa me ho ne say enkwalampo a wo mte classroom krampo no saa niema ye to da bia ye mra hye bidwafo ne ye no menya hwe se wo mbeye one said the honorable Ntim Fordjour na ni abria na no den and this for the way your propaganda and o ma be yi ade na free other people me pese me bisa say akura ben na wo emrahye badwafie mu a other paper na wo mo de yi adwuma no ode eyi other paper no be kwa akobọ nkuro enu ti semrahye badwafo ohwehwe other paper ne niam e wo so a wo mu hunu na wo so mu tumri ka ba abonte be ka kire yen Ghana for say ya the ABCD eto other paper so ya call ye no eni so me na me chiro other paper a e wo mrahye badwafie mu ade ma wo mana. Do we need this announcement? No, in the first place, announcement way, ya Ghana for the other. Ya kwasala ya tu abama penifo atesamo. Mo kom na hye bidwafie mu na mo kwasha mramaye ya. Na wo wudi mrika be complain ya che say other paper na ya de koye adwuma no yi emra bi anasa bill bi a was ye discuss no ye yefrim enti ya nya den. Ya Ghana for na mo be boy amane no. Ya for sa announcement ne ye den. Aya wanya said yes o making sure say I dey no other paper so and am baba hu dawura na no amaya ya hu said den. But when I listen to some of the people and somewhere you are more can, then I begin to ask myself say enti so mu kofia you are more conscious so mu san tra say drain say and am ekọ adwuma me can ABCD asami ti say me bapa baby sami asami hu ko sa me den me yina no. And then honorable Ntim Fordjour no honorable Afenyo Ntim woman moral rights enya hoden ye dede say lgbtq plus a whole bill asa na yanti Ghana asa mo kasa mo makasa ni looking like asa mo free planet fufuro bi so na abesi Ghana asa mo no na mo te island bi na yen Ghana for no yente sa island ni so bi enti mo kasa na ko looking like asa howo bi a wo mo hu niema different asa howo bi a bibinsi da no mo wetina se na ye omo wanwa mo pan so na mo tena se mo kra mo dia no etra bill mo pass mo tena se abobo hu akọ all the process mo pass ya gia to ma wie ya de wo krata akọ president Akufo-Addo wo Jubilee House say on na on fan signature keken shasie on sent na de na ne mra se sambre no nam wo pe se mo be ma de na be ye mra adan na mo anka che na do dan Akufo-Addo say on fan signature keke ni signature no de sign levy na e wo court wa ni yan kan wie ye no the same signature no de share levy ase no one fan shasie na ka LGBT ne hwan human values or family values no en ka me ye mra Musa that na say e plan ye na mo kwa bo rich sky pa na otama sam no court yet krom ha ya o na asante bedi atu otworo letter asante bedi atu me sure say letters mi kwa na otworo na do o hunu mpo no akan no ne gabi wa na no mo ya shadow president ni prime minister asante bedi atu otworo letter ene kwa speaker sa obani numpo from sa obe transmitting documents no edi aba Jubilee House say nanado efa na essential se ne na ne mra ya wetina si sa de wenyina wo krom ha nanado danko Akufo-Addo ede danan ni ne kokromoti timfam se enya ade no ode ne nsa be hya ase nne ede ne nsa hya ase ochena munyina na mo ya eyewitness account to sa ade na e course no and honorable Afenyo ja parliament na ndc mo be brepa saadia na mo yefri na enkura be na wop chamber hono ma se bibi ni order paper so a mo be boy yan yamane se ye yi bibi afri order paper so enti mu no mu ntimi ntina se misa se eya wan na yifri ho ekwan be na be fa so adi be hyem ni a discuss Mona Mudia efa all the stages. Ekwadu Jubilee House. Emma ya born return. Ya back to sender. Asante bedia to born back to sender from Jubilee House. And the kwama speaker say onim na musuo born no transmit sa document no. E kwama na do say won san ya ade ni na be ye no. And ya sha ade no court. And ya kan say ma me getu tokunu. And so enhoho no ye no tena ade no so ye be friend ne ye be fro chena ye be friend ne ye be fro chena omusho hu say election no ba bia ade na kwakwasi no omuso case no kra ya Boadu agu time amu bo case ni tugu ye no na do amamu apa ho e na bill no expire enti Afenyo bill no start from scratch o enti me be some na shebia for say omu me nim de ya na ha wo madwene o Afenyo bill na start bia mu a for all the process and be betimi akọ president or back you are wailing, shouting, making noise. And you for other people so you for other people so does it mean say bill no ewu? No, is that what the Ntim Fordjour is trying to communicate to us? Say any other paper so the chester bill no kra no ewu nya do me discuss wo chamber ho bia mu ana. Are you trying to communicate sadia no ama yen Ghana for ya fanya den ya de mo kwasi chamber ho say mo hwe na mo hye mrama ya na say ya de mo kwatena ho say mo mama ya mane say mo other paper bibia yera wo so na bibia yera no eya me masem dia ye hwe ni mu say samra no e wo say go through process wo beka say na edi so na da no mo meka me yente anti o mo kan na yete ye na yere say no beka che say eni other paper so no ya no yere no, somebody should answer that question. To am career no na yede. You see, propaganda and politics ayaya wa Ghana ha no enya akono. Etina make us say NPP for kasate so move free planet fufro bi and aba be si Ghana ha. And you see the way they communicate and na make we nchiro. The way MPs no name a former appointees under the regime of Nana Akufo-Addo as the president. The way omo kasa say no. Omo justify say omo create mess. Omo justify say omo say kuro no. Omo justify say omo ema oman no eboka. Omo say ye niam bebre. Omo wi a yen ka ho. Enti say no, omo ni abre the pressure si President Mahama so say within 8 months, within 9 months, within 10 months, mess no omo create ye no. President Mahama should face it. With the 8 years are creating mess. Wo bo say nya no. Inside the pressure ba si obi so say mess na say enyama fu na me ye no 8 years na ma cause damage na wie no for 8 months and 10 months for 6 years am mess na ma create no. Eya mo kasa, you don't listen to yourself. The more you talk, the more you expose yourself because more justify say mo say kuro na ansa na mo ko nti mo niam na ma say no the pressure ba si President Mahama so say offer 8 months in siesie niam mo say no. And I'm a galam say once about me show me say di mo di 8 years a 2 galam say wo krom ha mo so obi fa 8 months 8 years mess na ensuo no ana mani abra mo de chamfan mo ma kwa ma kwa for de chamfan si mu hono no continuously for 8 years no mo so obi fa 8 months man ensuo na nti because of magic actually say NPP for do not qualify to come close to power again. Yes, because I'm trying to say anytime you do a my best show, no, almost say no. No, almost say we are no more jina baby. No, almost say catch that the almost your minor son and son say yani amana ya say no yeni ye. NCC ano mama yati asia say President Mahama na betimi asiesie your mind no. NCC say no ya do a mind best President Mahama ensa. Na me kwa ka me kwa control so no obumra too much etu aso we 4 years na on ko biem agreed mama yati asesa mo no ya de cross mo sa mo say no na mo say ni wi a na ma sa kwa hwire gina fence na pampam na mo say e the pressure to ba from ho say Eniema na ya say no monsiesie no enra meti Honorable Ntim Fordjour na meti Honorable Afenyo Ntim eya amunya abotire o eya amunya abotire o ena na be hwe no mahiham ena the other paper and we can't find the LGBT or the other paper and the one be say na di pa na say krokrokoku wo akunkon aso ano na lawyer wo wiase nyina wasua ya go law school ni be fine na di pa na ni abre oni shame cry say we say nya ahode kasa asem ni bi me say sa LGBT asem no dia shame cry yes asante be dia to letter fo no a wo tro de kwama speaker of parliament say ma musuo mo no amfa document ni ma Jubilee house na do won sign yey ne papa mu a ade na sha ase abia ma esan ko process mu no e wo semo ye fu e wo semo miama no na mo monitor send the process because here mo wo ho mo ni ho emra no ye be pass me say kwa de you say I can say majority leader kwa sa mo di foforo mini macro mo ade na say chamber no mo ni na mu ete say nchewe ebro bebre nkati ani de dem ba ko ti mo wo mu anya ma mo firi mu a entosi musuba boninti ene mam sa mini micro no because yempese mo benya no na mo influence na say mo numbers no kwanya import e wo decision e be koso wo chamber ho eti say ade na yira free other papers wo say yira free other papers wo the Ghana for year sure ni mu an say mra sebejafo sa bill no be go through the process na de ye ni ma an say ye de ye maame ya wo ni anua mo pass na president ya senti ni anya kwa baby na mo wo say enra wo tie wo mo kasa ni mu a e kire say eyampa say community anasa nkrofo mo gigi sa nyamafo ni sa busudie no etum sa emema ne ma de no ase wo mo gisika bi free wo ho and that was the reason why na do one sign wo tie Afenyo Ntim wo tie ni ye e wo chemba honra na ni abre ai na mo nim se da fom na akwam Ghana you problem o Ghana you problem chese medwene ho a ya na abom yade medwene niam ye mpanyimfo ne ye ho a enti ekire se sa tam no dede ne ye ne kwan a ne ye kwan na na o mo se ahwede o mo kire mo be ye dede ma mo kwan huntini nyina yi ye mfi mo because ankrofo na o mo soso sa niam no so no wo mo ma ye sika me agidi enti sa ankrofo ne sika no ama Ghana ha de na besie na nsanya gold board sha sese wo ye adwuma hwe sika o man no ye nya eniama bebrebe etwa ye won hia wa Ghana ha nyina enso yen ade akwaji girlfo sika beka ye sika ho enti ne yankwa ye nim da no sa busuo sika na mo gide fra o man ni mpuntuo no enti no man no kra nkwa na nim no ade ye onyankopon wachi wade ye mo kwaji ho sika ade be fra wo man mpuntuo no man na be da nya ni monyam ebeye den na nya ni monyam ni esikroma ni asoso sa nkoma ne so enemre sebedwafo a ye de tumi amomo no sees nothing wrong with it. They are even trying to justify say that's the main reason why Mapanyi Akufo-Addo samre no wa sent it to the bill. Hey, mo nyina mo yanim gwasefo papa mo yanim gwasefo na mo ahu makacha mo say mo e was a party no ye dissolve it. I was here good NPP party no. Na papa na wuwo mu no. Mumfiri mu na munko form party bi e be ma ni monyam kakra ba mo. Ba wonim se mo kra na se omo de ade na fare mu nyina wo. Omo de afare mu nyina nti obi wo ho ye no credifo kra wo party ni mu a e se party ni ni monyam omo de afare mu nyina. Na ye den na nka Afenyo Ntim gina chamber ho e justify to say one more time no man sign sa bill no. There was a reason. It is a NDC for the campaign. Na ene wamo so peso omu sign no muntimi sign ya. Na ya omu reason into no muntimi sign. Hey. Ghana ya mobo. His Excellency the late President John Ivan Satta Mills was bold enough to say when tina mo ma yesika bie mu a mo fa me patro that time no o man no ade ada ya kwasere di ya na enti ade na wasa nkrofo ne ho a ya nya wo musika ye ntimi survive. And I know this is a big test for President Mahama. President Mahama, I'm saying with tax and that also. Say the aura air match. And I want more say and assassin your 8 years and almost for 10 months a month you no galam saying yai. Say where's what baba kahu or more multimate nasia actually I didn't know what ya propaganda or last another way sign. Eti say na no o ma so mo kire say ade a wo mo antimi anye no President Mahama na betimi aye eti de enti na wo se ye de o man ma mo de enti na wo se ye de o man ma mo mo niam mo ye nyina kire say ye de o man ne ma ma be say no because eniam ma sign no mo expect say President Mahama nda ne magician no for 1 year ensiesie sa mess ni nyina na mo create mess na mo nim say kro no na mo say no na yetime tina kro mama obi ya housewife mo sumi oje 5,000 rupe ai sami jesi upe ai me producer ni pay ya say ezo so na ma chi bia oba be sia na dem housewife mo sumi bi oje 5k. Oh God of mercy, se nyame hu Ghana mobo no one fire boni and chayen ya ohu boni a ye di wo krom ha no ehun sunsanso na eba yen so no ahomete na nra be hwe nkofo se de omani abro mahiham keka asam no te say ye breaking news bi omo de bre yen eno Ntim Fordjour ade na be yen na enya breaking news o enya breaking news wa meka enya asasem bi ankire yen yo. They are no Afenyo market jina chamber hono ye no. Honorable Afenyo market we anya breaking news. Because mo kwa mo de ane de fa process nim nyina ko do Jubilee House. E ma sati be de atuo ne return back to sender. Mo magima de nko. Esa nchro anisa letter. Asati be de atuo enya politics a. E kan yonko ne speaker. Ne yonko enya honorable Agbangbagben. Na so esansa na na do be ye president no asante be dia tuo free he e be ye executive secretary nti the nisasam no or the speaker so try bufuo letter any adidi atem letter and pass the command speaker adanya ya lgbtq ho family values mratum ya de abra president say one sent by 11 na be kumi no mienu ase ye sika no na asam ne da court ya sent ye me be say me bisa Honorable Ntim Fordjour ne Honorable Afenyo market ni sa mini micro minority ni say senke eyade bi eye ye nkonkwoche and free other paper no so anko ba beka awo ye nyina ye ni matoda bi ane mani bi o wa ekwoche mba ho no ma ye ni mo say ye sika bi na ayi bi loan bi aba wo mbenya allowance kakra bi wo ho a kwa me ba be bodawu a kire Ghana for say hey Ghana for and this for the sika bi be share ade animu na any other paper no so biem kwa me ba be kana kamo meka enra mo demonstrate ma ye hu say mo no mo nya enkrofo ye de oman ema mo because ye de oman ma mo say no mo say ni wi a no mo say akwa gina touch line fence no so na mo ka kire obi say ya say oman no ye ni ye ya say no ye ni ye you see honorable Atofossin the one all manage economy no mami ka bibi nchiro ade honorable Atofossin ye no uko ministries no ane other sectors a omo breo but wanya sanso a baby a obefa economy no enkanya ne baby a dollar yinam eti honorable Atofossin ebe bra no ahyehyɛ economy na sikasam na gina ne na so te say the 2016 baby ani ya keka koi na enkofo we de ntro jandam MPP o mo de ntro ne jandam ne nam no mo de ntro ba fifam on we no o ma start here LGBT no mo ye fraud paper no so o mo de be campaign mo boa dead on arrival dead on arrival eti Atofossin be mia nania ese mamo spend it mo hye mo ho so se na be ya ye be ma economy na gina ma Ghana business community no enho ato mo ne ya hye ni wi a na mo sai e de ntro ba je power na mo sai adwiragu Mona mutimi man Crawford that Sorianopa and Hemache and Najo now than Pasunu su because the Nisika Koto bond. I'm a Canoforia Tane Baumia as well mobile debt exchange program. Nipani Biasu Aya Pickerton Ewo Minister of Finance a beer for Woo. Namuya would for Muya would for Obia Mutimi policy Ebama policy ni kum nipa. Ah, we know Abia what should to be a good difference be any mumu. Difference be any mumu. And since I say no, ye be maximo boot for boot. Boot for because ya won mono mo taxes na ya mo de ya politics no. Ya nwuramu yi MP mo tonfo trogu Ghana fo ani. Eno mo be gina ho na mo kasa asem na mo fere. And the bill is not on the order paper. And the NDC has managed to remove the bill from the order paper. As if say, Omu who say, as soon as you are not bentina, no ye at the end of free. Yami who ya mobo. Mombia phone lines in the mammy. More mutimi supervising my housewife with GP. We will come on that story proper. I jump bunny woman dodo. I jump bunny for one too much. I said, sorry, no, me read this story and I say no. Then I have to get the MC. Then me tia seven no. Me also be to your brother assignment receipt account. I said we come see be that. Auntie, I have now believe say MC any MP honorable Kwesi Akwa me pon amefro. Na say muntamu nye. Well, when it happen like that, mo di assembly na bro. Because MC Yaniabra or ye Juma say district na as municipality no and who ba todo no MP susu say on MC Yanyadwea na twitwa say ya na beba because you know say fine na wa mo je no MC anje sika na ngu ni bottom enkwofo no kro mo fine wa mo no ekotua sika ne to account mu wa bank any am receipt put the receipt on the screen. Any amount receipts, and it's a MP ni MC in Tamuya. It's just a matter of phone call. Sabia honorable Brako Matu say I say what did you crofo sika na emunchire mu to say na ebia MC ya to ne bonu acho mu so oh ebia permit was so mo be je no wo anje ya fro mo meeting omo ama enti ne ya fine wo mo enti enho adanse ani basa ekwaya se MP gina touchlight MC is so agent center stage. Nanya go no ameda well, these are some of the things politics and my kwan my young can crunch yen. Me, I've been to Achimoda. I've been there. I think twice or 3 times before elections. Eti enye me akoso Achimoda no me menti wa ba metimi akamu ense bebre achiro. Mokaya mebeka Achimoda adwa ho asem kire mo eno se ho sam troka prekese information yenya ye because me call no me kotwa market no e hye ya ne se wo mu siwie ye ne nyina me kokotwa and I have those videos. Enti se MC and MP ntamu nwo a ye na ye tiku wo ye se sa asunu me no ko a e ye sensan na wo fa na eden ehunu amane. Eti ade bi wo anya politics o because ade ye na media so na honorable Brako akwaje bribe wa ye extortion na hwan just a different issue kra ba won say asem no akọ public we wo be den wa you hu ano ewa baby asem ni di kan call ye no some of the things ye susuma politics ni di yetrim si ya hwe ya ho obi ya de pa be the politics be kata de na oye no so okọ Achimoda ne patam a ye ka illegal mining ekoso wo ho pa honorable Kwesi Akwa ye MP bra obra nyina bebre na illegal mining of which he ono akasa wonim wonu amu no onim say head kekase a ewo constituency wo illegal mining Eastern region and Western region illegal mining headquarters nyina yaka wasamwa bra ya bra ni deda ye nyina saade we ya me ko bre mu nsuo no so na sa amre na me kwatwa video no na ahomete nyame bo amekọ akotwa before and after samba I'll go there again enti ye nyina ye ni abre ye bota ya ba akopọ sa galam se no na wa wutie honorable Brako asem o ka se nipa de se ni fa fine no dia kwasi bre mu nsuo no so na ho no ya mining na wo sa nipa we ya chi wade na opese ye de ye Yachiwa, de pan was the idea. Then I think going forward, I was say 9 months ne task force for now you are more cooperation. Said the honorable kind. Mon these guys are more kaka. Me kwa say mo pampan edika do krom wakra ansana mo do kro no so. Enti baby abekwa kwa operation mo be kwa no na machine ni go na nipa ni ho. Mo be kwa church and fine no. Ba mo tu nipa. Moshini via sankrofo no so mo sika moshini no amasa akoto foforo se yesi ya ban chamfan kra se mane magana enkofo da so bi eda so ewo bi wo stock o moton the last time kra do si no kwan ya so na kakraka yo mo de ahuru ya sade line wo main road no ho highway no ho nya de for sale abo ho the last time me kwa senkregwa eno so bi si main road highway no ho eno mo boni don come here for sale atare ho na we be na illegal mining na to atwa enti say yesi ya ban sa ne mani nyina assembly bia making a responsibility say me wu sa ne mani bi wo kwan ho a wo na wo di abesi wo no wo kra no wo ye criminal first person wo se chew wo ton chanfan wo ton say yamfanya den wo na wo de chanfan ya gu shop mu a wo ton chanfan ne say yamfa nkoto to abura na yamfa nkoto to bayere anya galam say na wo promote chanfan no so nsuo nkoa so de edisi so anya gana fa ka minim say ya ensu eda ho etene yes yamfa de nkosim ne entu god wom me dwene ho a minim de ha nipa ayadam eti wo sa nipa ne ye chewa e wo say treat so a criminal we are criminal and you see MC in adwuma all year e wa chimodade ne mpatamu no onya supporter obetimi aye ne yie but when we say their politics ama de ne ye na say asam na eni da hwa kwa nka ebetimi afraji nchechiremu no ye de propaganda bedi kan ato asam na to mframam se ne be ya ntie say ama MC e wa so anenam no explain ne ho abrahanya boni bia you know